There we go. Biggity boys. It's gonna be one of those fucking days. It's Wednesday night. And you all know what that means. Let's talk about some wrestling, shall we? So really, I'm only going to talk about a couple of things. 3 things in particular. Just as a quick aside, as an honorable mention, because I don't want to get too far into that, Hook continues to be the smoothest wrestler I've ever seen in my life. This guy is so, like, perfect in the ring. It almost feels fake. Which, of course, it is fake, but man, he is so good that it's, like, mythical. Why is this guy not on the fast track to fighting MJF right now? So aside from that, the women's division. We got, like, a 15, almost a 20-minute match out of the women's division? Progress. Isn't that fucking hard, Tony? Jesus. I still don't think that Jamie is quite ready to be, you know, the full-ass champion that she is right now, but especially when you put her against Riho, who is a very long-time veteran to this sport and very fast, quick, and smooth. Well, Jamie, I know it's kind of part of her character, but Jamie Hayter is a little bit more, let's say, crass. A little bit more brutish in her fighting style. But she feels sloppy. She needs more time to grow. And she's the champion right now. That's kind of a problem. It would be less of a problem if you let her wrestle for, you know, longer time, get more experience under her belt, but hey, who am I to say how you should actually book this shit? Except that's the whole point of this fucking shit. Oh, man. So, MJF is a golden fucking god. A mythical figure. Seemingly unstoppable. Only legends can really foretell this magical beast of a man whenever he is in Long Island, New York. Oh my goodness. They gave him a band, a full musical number live, the key to the city, and 30 minutes of uninterrupted adoration. Incredible. Amazing. Really, really fun. I loved seeing this shit with MJF, man. He's one of my favorite guys just because everything that he gets away with is so fucking fun. Plus, he's the complete package, baby. You can't beat it. So, right. Blackbrook Combat Club continuing their fatherless saga. Now with Daniel Bryan at the helm. Incredible. Awesome. Man goes back to his family, realizes, you know what? Being with my lovely tiny children has really given me more perspective on life. I should be an evil bastard. Fucking awesome. Fucking great. My only issue with how they handle the Blackbrook Combat Club is this whole idea that, oh, the Blackbrook Combat Club, these guys are lights out, the best of the best. We're going to show that by having them fight nameless jobbers that we've hardly ever, if never, seen before on television. And then while they are beating the ever-living shit out of these jobbers, the announcers are going to go, whoa, what a horrific change for the Blackbrook Combat Club. This is something we've never seen before, now that they're evil. Are you guys watching the same program that I am? Because Blackbrook has been doing nothing but fighting pretty much nameless jobbers to inflate their own egos and boost their own record since the very start. Nothing has changed except their attitude, man. And then all this comes to bear with Adam Page coming out saying, I am a professional wrestler, I'm no amateur, and he gets his eye gouged out by a screwdriver. Interesting direction to take this, but you're telling me that in all of this time that Adam Page has been in the fucking company, I don't care if you've made the Young Bucks hurt. I don't care if you've taken Kenny out of the picture. I don't even care if you beat up the Dark Order as much as you have. You're telling me there's still absolutely, positively nobody backstage that is friendly enough with one of the most lovable guys in your entire roster to come out and save him from a crippling mortal injury. There's no one back there who's willing to help Adam Page. Are we telling the story of Adam Page is a friendless loser who doesn't want to trust other people again? Is this the only story we could tell with this guy? Like, the Blackbrook Combat Club being evil bastards is great. Granted, we've only seen the beginning of whatever story they're trying to tell, but what we've gotten so far is just, we're evil, and we are ass kickers, and we're going to beat up the other guy. Where is their enemy, I should ask? Where is the natural force that is going to rise up against this absolute tyranny that we're seeing in AEW? Where is our hero? Now, the way that they started all of this, the way that they started the entire what I call the fatherless saga for them, is they had the Blackbrook Club, the Blackbrook Combat Club, BCC. BCC came in, and they started beating the ever-loving fuck out of the Dark Order, Hangman Adam Page's kind of friend group. If you give the Dark Order a single iota of a chance of victory here, if you have ever given them a single amount of booking prowess, if you have ever given them a single fucking win in the ring, if you've given them a chance to beat the Blackbrook Combat Club, you can have these pinnacles of wrestling. You have to remember, we are currently in an era where Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, and Cesaro are currently in an evil faction, hell-bent on beating the ever-living fuck out of everybody else in the business. These absolute fucking wrestling pedigree pedestals. These absolute legendary figures, seemingly built from stone to do this job, are now the ultimate villains in this story. Imagine, just for a moment, imagine if the Dark Order had to come out and try to fight that. Obviously, the way they've booked it, with the whole trying to be more realistic about everything, the way they've booked this is that the Dark Order tries to fight that, they are instantly fucking destroyed, and they are now out of the running for anything. And that's the end of that story. Presumably. Imagine for a moment you have the absolute pinnacle of wrestling pedigree. And then you have this group of lovable losers. These are just guys who picked people up at their lowest point so that they could recruit them into this weird faction full of losers trying to uplift each other to become something greater than they could be individually. That's the entire purpose of the Dark Order. So we have the ultimate pinnacle of what wrestling can be versus this army of losers. And then maybe you can have them, like, that's just the setup, man. Like, you can have them come in and get their asses kicked, and Hangman comes in, shores up their shit. They fight back and they win. You can have them shore everything up. You can have them start to get better and better and better, watching tape, improving their own individual skills until they're at the level of the Blackbrook Combat Club, and then you could have them lose. That would be great. That would be awesome. You could bring in all of the different enemies that Blackbrook has made over the last couple months, and you could have this fucking immense, crazy fucking faction of good guys. You could have, like, the pinnacle of what wrestling talent is against the Dark Order, these lovable losers that everybody loves, but for whatever reason, creative refuses to let them win. You have them. You have the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, the most talented wrestlers in the company. You could put them in there. And then you could even bring out the Best Friends. You could bring them in. All of a sudden you have this entire fucking army of lovable goobers who refuse to be anything but themselves up against these strict, stringent bastards who have sold everything that they are so that they can hold the mantle of professional wrestler. And then you could put those two sides and have them fucking mash against each other action figure style and see what happens. What are we doing? This is the easiest shit in the world to book. And it feels like no one at Creative is booking it, like, at all. Instead, we just had the Dark Order crash against them. And we're likely never gonna see them again. Because they have not given me any reason to trust that the Dark Order are actually going to be a significant part of this rivalry. It's likely just going to be these four guys of Bryan Danielson, of Jon Moxley, of Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta. Four guys. Really strong guys. Cool. And they're likely just going to be up against Adam Page, Kenny, and the Bucks. That's it. Based on years and years of watching them book this stuff, nothing has given me a single ounce of hope that they would do anything but that. And that's kind of unfortunate. I would like to see them really dig into the deep pool of talent that they have and pull out stuff that we didn't even think of. What if Shawn Spears just showed up out of nowhere? What if Lance Archer just fucking appeared and started beating these guys' ass? That would be fucking crazy. That would be nuts. I mean, I don't know how it would make sense, but you can make it make sense in some way or another. Instead, what it looks like we're getting is going to be the most plain, bog standard, easy to fucking figure out story. The most direct route to get to the end of the story. And that's lame. That should be everything I have to say about that. What else do we have today? Time for a little bit of fun, boys. We have FTR versus the Gun Club in a belts versus careers match. Oh boy. Oh man, where do I even fucking start with this? So, we have a match where the Gun Club, the fucking Billy Gunn, Mr. Ass's kids, have the tag title belts as of right now. They are putting them up to fight FTR, one of the most talented, well-decorated veteran squads that we've ever seen in AEW and many other places. And FTR is not putting up a belt, they are putting up their careers. As if that means that they would have any chance of losing. What makes this particularly hilarious is one little stipulation that they decide to remind us halfway through the match, where apparently in this belts versus careers match, if the Guns were to disqualify themselves and lose the match, that means FTR's careers are over. What kind of backwards ass logic is that? So we have, for the first time ever, AEW finally calling themselves out on their own bullshit. For years, the term disqualification has been not but a fairy tale, a legend. No one ever gets disqualified in AEW. It doesn't fucking happen. They do some of the craziest shit, and no one has ever been disqualified. We finally have a match where we have a team actively, desperately trying to get disqualified and failing to do so. We have two instances of a fucking foreign object being used in the match and a low blow. A man punching another man directly in the balls in front of the ref. And when the referee goes to throw him out and disqualify him, he is grabbed by fucking Cash Wheeler going, no, please don't let us win the match. If we win the match, our careers are over. And despite all of that, they fucking win the match with the most perfect way to end this fucking shit show. A double surprise roll up. Send me your guiding light, MJF. I need your strength. Holy shit, man. This is some of the worst shit I've seen in my life, but god fucking damn is it entertaining. Whoo-wee. So I think with that, that's all I gotta really say about that. It is currently Wednesday night, April 5th, 2023. And I am signing out. See you next week, everyone.